Hello.
Uh,
You seem very grumpy.
well, I'm now in the car. The kids want to go to the beach. So my wife has agreed to drive, which is cool. But of course, there was no way to find any alcohol to bring with me.
That does make this a little less entertaining for you, I think.
Yeah, yeah, but the kids need exercise, and you guys get to see in the 2007 Acura MDX that all those posers on Instagram posting their Porsches and their this and their that, whatever. They all wish they had one of these.
Yeah,
Seriously though, yeah,
yeah.
it's a
I
bomb.
mean,
It's a bomb. It's a bomb diggity.
you are
I'm gonna
living the
take a
dream.
I'm gonna take a picture of an expensive watch on my steering wheel, my Acura steering wheel, so you guys know that I roll deep.
That's what we need to see. That's what the world
Yeah,
needs, you
the
know?
world needs that. The world needs to be reminded of how successful I am
Yeah. I mean,
with
you
my
know,
13-year-old car. Yeah,
you're contributing to helping the environment by not getting a new car.
continually.
You know, you're
You're right. You're right. Because I could be driving. Um, uh, I don't know what's cool right now. People are still really into the air cooled 911s, right? That's still a thing.
I think so.
So yeah, I could be
Yeah.
driving the nicest version of that
Yeah. Like
if I
Stark
wanted.
says, you some
If I wanted to. Yeah.
if you wanted to.
But
Like Stark just said,
I don't.
sometimes you gotta ball on a budget, man. You gotta ball on a
This is
budget.
not about a budget. This is about like, you know, this is a conscious decision. Wow, it's
Saving the
bright.
world.
Yeah.
Saving the world with uh,
Saving the world, and look, I got a sunroof in this thing, so it's sunny. Look at that.
you are that's pretty
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah.
So
Um
how are you doing? We talked earlier today. We actually had probably one of the best Zooms that I have participated in with
yeah,
Lee from 1 Hour Watch. I mean, that guy is the real deal.
that guy is really great. He I love his artwork, and I thought that I agree with you. I think that was one of the better Zooms or kind of anything that we've participated in. Watching him come up with uh, 4 complete drawings in an hour.
Well, he's like
Um,
15-minute watch.
yeah, it's like 15-minute watch, and
Each
it was
one was
like
about 15 minutes. Yeah.
it's pretty sweet. So to that end, I'll talk about this a little bit, but we'll make a post about it tomorrow. But we have a YouTube channel, so all of these Instagram lives that we've done, except for the first one, which was you were at your drunkest. The first one
Yeah, well, that's I think when I
we
got in
didn't.
trouble.
Yeah, we weren't able to capture that one, but the rest of them are up on the YouTube channel, as well as all the Zooms that we've been doing for our members. So we've done like 5 of them now, I think, with conversations with watch brands. Some of them are really technical, and some of them are, just us, really liking Oris a lot, but we've been doing a few of them, and the one with Lee is up there also. Hi, Lola. Um, and I think that's it's really fun, and it is really nice to see Lee's creative process in like while he was doing that, because I've always seen finished drawings, but I've never seen him actually draw live. So thought that was pretty cool. Who are you flipping
Yeah,
off?
just the sun.
Mm. You are in an area with not a good signal, aren't you? You're breaking up a little bit. Yeah, your your signal's not doing so good right now. So I think I'm going to go live with someone else, and when you get somewhere where you're not moving, can you re-add yourself to the queue?
I certainly will.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see who else is in the queue. Instagram has been a little shaky today with live videos, I've noticed. So let me see if I can actually get this to work. I'm going to go live with Paul. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I've got my bear jumper on, like I promised, and there you go.
I
All
also
right,
have my bear.
you gotta have the bear showing up. So, what watch do you have on today?
What watch I have on is different from the watch that I think you want to talk about.
Okay. Why don't
So
you Why don't you tell me about both? Well, why don't you tell me about the one we want to talk about? And just so you know, for Instagram Live, yeah, you double tap, you can
yeah.
show us.
Okay, so that's the one that you wanted to talk about today,
Yeah.
which is the Rolex GMT 6542 with a Bakelite bezel and original radium dial.
Yeah,
I know you like a bit of radium.
I
Uh,
do enjoy a delightfully radioactive dial, so that
and
one is
here we have the
indeed
best bit. So we get a little bit of lume on there.
nice.
And we can see the all original radium dial. It's technically speaking not the bezel that came with the watch. I actually bought the bezel before I bought the watch. I found the bezel online on Vintage Rolex Forum and sent a complete stranger 18,000 US dollars by a bank wire, as you do. Um,
Yeah.
This was pre-Horology House days, to be fair. Yeah, so that was fun. And then I clenched my butt cheeks for a week or so while it was delivered to me. And I then went and bought the watch to go with it, because obviously that's what you do when you're crazy.
Yes, that is completely insane, and I don't think I realized that you had done that in quite the manner that you just described.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. And
So I,
then I then added the stretchy period correct expanding bracelet as well, which is pretty
nice.
crazy too.
Well, I mean, I knew you were mental, but this is that story just confirmed it. But
Absolutely.
but in the kind of way that, RedBar members are mental, it's a great story and also a really great watch because I have seen that one in real life, and it's fantastic. So that is great. So what I I have two other questions for you. What is the watch that you're currently wearing? Um,
I'm currently wearing the 3712 just to prove that this one is actually with me and not on another person's wrist who you might be speaking to a little bit later on today. Because that one did actually manage to stay with me during lockdown, as opposed to a few others that have been quarantined elsewhere. Some with manufacturers, such as the AP5402, which I waited for months and months for the Vintage Service Centre to open. It finally opened and I sent in for a service, and then coronavirus happened, so it stuck with them. And a couple of others that are stuck in various different places as well. So
yeah, I mean that's the thing with the with some folks. It's like I'm pretty lucky in that all my whole collection is with me in my safe. But Adam got stuck. Went up to Connecticut, not thinking he was going to be there for as long as he's been there, and so he only brought part of his collection with him. And I'm sure that it's a bummer to miss some of the pieces that
yeah,
you used to
absolutely.
having around.
On FB Jean Day, this is the best I've got for my resonance, which is just a picture of some nice FP Jean sketches.
Well,
Because my resonance went into lockdown, sadly.
yeah, yeah. Show me the Robotoy because I this was a multi-person Red Bar London enablement situation that we all bought this toy, which is MBNF Mad Gallery purchase. And he's posable and like you can move the arms and the hands and like all and the legs and everything. Um,
Uh,
yeah, and tell everybody about Amy's watch that's on the Robotoy too.
so this is what I got in exchange for the resonance. It's a one of one piece unique that was made by RedBar member Amy, and it's got an enamel dial that she actually created herself from scratch, which is just the most crazy thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It is a stunning watch, actually. The enameling on it is really pretty.
Absolutely.
Speaking of enameling, I'll just plug our next Zoom, which is going to be on Thursday with Anne Ordain, who will be doing live enameling during our event. So it's really cool.
And probably enabling me to buy yet another watch, because that hasn't happened enough in the last week or so.
I mean, you know, to be fair, I mean, we bought other things, so we've all been, like this wine glass.
Indeed.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So, you know, RedBar members enable each other to buy all kinds of things, not just
including
oh yeah,
the Cupcakes Lemon Drizzle gin as well.
Yeah. So so this is, in this edition, I mean, in most editions of RedBar Live, we kind of ask people what they're drinking. So that is what you're drinking, I take it, tonight.
It is indeed. Yes.
And I haven't tried mine yet, but thank you again, by the way.
You're very welcome.
But I'm doing my typical red wine during this for now, but I'm going to try it tonight. So awesome. Thank you so much, Paul.
No
really
worries.
good to see you. All right. Take care. Bye. All right. So there were quite a lot of watches to look at on that one. Paul's got some really good stuff and delightfully radioactive. Give me 2 seconds for this stupid thing to let me get into the queue of people. And I'm going to go live with Matt. Hello.
Morning. You all right?
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes when I'm doing these Instagram lives, it won't let me get into the queue of people until I turn the camera back around, which is a little bit annoying. But that's why I put a watch on something in the background, so people still recognize that there's that is watch content. How you doing? What are you drinking this evening?
Well, seeing as we're in the States, it's bourbon.
All right.
Distillery from Bardstown in Kentucky. So it's a single cask from Cadenhead, the Scottish independent bottler.
Oh, fantastic. How is it?
It's cask strength, so it's 66. Well, what's that in American? 132, is it? Proof?
So a bit strong then.
But yeah. I mean, it takes a bit of water, so that's quite
good.
Yeah,
cool. Well, what watch have you brought with you today?
I'm also wearing a Patek, so it's it's the G-Shock Gorillas Noodle.
Oh, nice.
My alter ego, Noodlefish. So yeah, just wearing that, chilling out.
I like that. I mean, I think it's interesting. I just saw that Hodinkee apparently has started stocking, is now selling. Yeah. G-Shock is now an authorized dealer, and I think it is interesting to see, you know, amongst the, you know, mechanical watch collector community, how many people really love G-Shock. And I think it's not like that far outside of the realm of what we like, because it's the workmanship that went into making the shock resistant technology. Absolutely. And all of that is really cool.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I rarely buy watches twice, but I bought a Casio Illuminator, kind of pre-G with it's almost like, it's not hexagonal, or maybe it is hexagonal, but it's almost like it's slightly off, if you know what I mean. I bought one of those to go diving back in 95, and again probably in about early 2000s when it broke for the final time. So yeah, I mean, Casios are some of the only things I ever buy more than once, so they're cool.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty great. I had one for a while. Like, there was one I picked up. They did a collaboration with Margiela, which is my favorite clothing designer, and I picked up that one, and that was the only G-Shock I had for probably 2 or 3 years. And then we did a national meetup for RedBar in Las Vegas in 2018, and G-Shock gave us watches, gave all the attendees watches in a gift bag. And so I was like, okay, cool, I've got 2. And then I basically went down a massive rabbit hole, and just because especially the kind of like entry level whatever models of them are so usually pretty inexpensive, and they have so many different colors and fun things. Like I just ended up getting a bunch, and that one's really cool. I like that one a lot.
The new NASA one is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm pretty pissed off I missed that. I mean,
yeah,
I was on the site clicking to try and get it. Then Hodinkee posted it, and suddenly everything went. So,
it did, and it also was. I think it was. They were saying it was US only, and it was limited to 1 per household, and they still sold out of it. You know, pretty much right away. But I got one. I got shipping confirmation, so I am excited. Cool. So yeah, so that's exciting. But Atom ordered one also, and he said he got a notification that they were back ordered, even though like the order went through, and then a couple days later they sent him a notice of back order. So I think they just probably underestimated demand on that.
No way.
So all right.
Cool. Well, lovely to talk to you.
It's lovely to talk to you too. Have a good night.
You soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, it's basically I'm just gonna have my friends on and talk to them about their watches while I'm wearing a sweater with a bear on it. I'm gonna go live with Jamie now, and I hope to see a bear jumper on Jamie as well. Hello.
Oh, hello. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm suitably dressed.
Okay, good. Yeah, this one is really great. I actually, you know, the reason I purchased this, right?
Go on.
It was literally just as to take the piss out of you, basically.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, because I love the fact that you wear this bear jumper all the time, and I was like, I need to get one of these to troll Jamie. And the one I found is even better because you can't see it on there, but his ears are like fuzzy, and there's like little bits of curly fur on
Well, I need to get one of
that's
those
made
then.
out of yarn on it. It's the most ridiculous sweater I own, and I love it. So I bought it initially just to be jokey, and then I was like, oh, I actually really like this.
Well, no, I'm a trendsetter, so it makes sense. But no, they're fantastic.
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, and really now we've, influenced others to purchase bear-laden clothing as well. So I think it's really a boon for Ralph Lauren, and we should be, hired as influencers, I think.
This is what I think. But yeah.
Yeah. So what are you drinking, and what watch do you have with you?
I've got an empty bottle of Peroni, and no surprise, the Coronet Blue today.
Yeah, it looks like your signal's a little bit bad because it's not very in focus right now for me, but yeah, the Chrono Blue. I mean, you can't, if you've got that sitting in your watch box and you're not reaching for it all the time, and I think there's something wrong. It's such a great watch.
Stuck in isolation. I mean, it's been kind of like a lot of G-Shock and this really because there's nothing to do. So I don't really need a waterproof watch or anything. So might as well wear this every day and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I found while we've been all in isolation is this stuff is really fun. It's nice to see everybody's faces on video and see their watches and stuff. But I'm just happy that I can put on something on my wrist that makes me smile. Because sometimes it's just little things you get down because you're kind of, you're in isolation and all that, and being able to look down on something silly, just it makes you smile is great. So yeah, cool. Well, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, the temptation to reply to some of these comments is
I mean,
unreal, but
it's 100% fine for you to say to reply
no,
to the comments if you want. It's, you know, you don't. This is the RedBar Instagram live. It's not something we're doing with a brand. So you can say fuck. You can make dick jokes. It's totally fine.
yeah, it's just turned into a witch hunt. Yeah, I mean, as we're in this, I might as well just go a step further and show you what's underneath here. Because if everyone's just ripping it to shit, then I might as well just go all the way.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I like that somebody just asked if the curtains match the or if the carpet matches the drapes. So
let's keep this PG-13. I'm not taking up any more.
All right. Thank you for joining me, Jamie.
It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Let's see who else. I was seeing some of the comments go by. Just so you guys know, if you want to ask questions, there's a little question button with a question mark on it. If you want to do that, because sometimes the comments go by a little bit too fast. But I did see Stark commenting on needing Lewis's martini, and I 100% agree with that. Lewis makes basically the best martini in New York City, and I will fight anyone who says differently. So I am trying to go live currently, but it's looking a little dodgy. Let's see. I don't know why that's not working. Yeah, that's right, Lewis. We miss you and your martinis. So I'm not able to connect with that person, so I'm going to take a question. I'm saving that question for the end, Stark. Speaking of which, actually, Lee, if you don't mind going live with me, I'm going to put you on the spot because we had such a really great conversation earlier today. If you don't mind, if you feel like coming on with me for a minute, that would be fantastic. So like we said at the very beginning of this, we had a live Zoom with Lee this morning, and well, actually it was afternoon, and Lee did some live drawings. So for those of you who are not familiar with Lee's work, he's 1 Hour Watch on Instagram and does really fantastic watch illustrations, some of which we got to see today. So that was
you caught me just finishing tomorrow's illustration, which is a Hublot immersion blender.
Oh my God, that is amazing! I love that. So this is one of the ones that I love. One of the sort of running themes I love about some of the stuff you do. Like some of your illustrations are just, you know, straight up watch or a dial or a movement, and then the food themed ones I find really fun. This one is really cool, and then the waffle maker,
yes,
and the sandwich press. Those are really those ones are some of my favorites. I really like this. I think it's really fun to take elements of watches and put them into other things, and so that's why I'm loving those, and I'm also loving the ones that you're doing for Ming.
Yes.
Which is, I know we talked about that for a second earlier today, but can you just, this audience is a slightly different one, so, you know, in that there's lots of people on here that that probably didn't see the first one, so can you, I know you can't tell us about the upcoming release, but can you tell us about the, about working with them and what your thought process was behind those illustrations?
Yeah, so there are a couple of drawings out now for an upcoming Ming watch, and basically they approached me with this idea of doing teasers that are drawings instead of photos, because a lot of companies will come out with like really close macro shots or some kind of very dark and gritty image of a lug or something that's a little bit obscured or kind of, but they wanted a drawing and to kind of bring the watch into a different kind of context, and they gave me basically carte blanche, and what I ended up creating was a bunch of sci-fi styled illustrations, because I'm a big fan of the classic kind of 70s airbrush painting sci-fi art that you see on like old like Isaac Asimov novels and that kind of stuff. And basically I put elements of their watch into each of these illustrations as a fun way to change it up. And some of it has to do with how the watch actually looks, and some of it has more to do with the concept. But it was a really fun experience just being able to be so free to change it up and show different parts of the watch in a creative way.
I love that. That's really great. And I think, you know, those guys, knowing them and knowing, you know, that they seem to be pretty open to that, to just the kind of, you know, letting, or they just seem open to new ideas and kind of like creative stuff like that. So I think it's really cool that they did that with those illustrations. So it's really, but I really love them. They definitely do evoke that kind of old time like sci-fi illustration stuff. So
Yeah.
it's really, really cool. Awesome. Well, do you have a watch on currently, or are you just in the drawing?
Well, yeah, I've got the Ming 1706 on. This is the slate, and this just doesn't leave my wrist. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's such a cool watch. Let me show you I'll turn my camera around for a sec. That's I was using that for the opening of the opening shot. This is 1701, which is also a pretty great piece. I really love it, and it's been getting heavy rotation in my, you know, my at home work from home fashion. You know, like it's getting a pretty heavy wrist time while we're in isolation. It looks like you froze for a second. So yeah, I love that piece. But you know, the one I really fucking kick myself over not getting is that copper dial. I'm like,
oh, that's beautiful.
I'm like angry at myself. Still, I said this like 3 weeks ago. I'm pissed off because I got to see it right when they announced it, and or right before they announced it, and I had the chance, and for some reason I didn't pull the trigger, and I'm still kicking myself over it because that dial is so pretty. And you made an illustration with that dial, yeah?
Yes, yeah. So there was a bunch of illustrations I did for the Ming team that all was inspired by an initial Blade Runner inspired piece. And I used the copper dial as a kind of solar sail, again, going back to a sci-fi themed spaceship, that just, yeah, put it in a very cosmic environment.
Nice.
But yeah, that dial is insane.
Yeah, it's so pretty. It's like, it's just, and I see a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of like salmon dials and stuff out there, but the color that they got on it is just such a stunning copper, like pure copper color. It's
Yeah.
really pretty. Sweet. What are you drinking this evening as well? Since I am asking people about their cocktails.
I have a Boona Haven, I think it's pronounced Boona Haven 12-year whiskey. Boona Haven, recommended by Matt. He gives fantastic recommendations, so I'm enjoying that.
This is true. We talk about whiskey on a regular basis, so yeah, he does make very good recommendations. Okay, well, thank you for joining, and thanks for this morning. That was really, really great, and I'm looking forward to when we can. Well, actually, the recording is online already. It's on the YouTube channel. I'll send you the link to that. I don't think I did do. I don't think I sent the link out. I just uploaded it and got it online. But then, just for those of you who didn't see today's session, we're going to be the illustrations created in today's session are going to be sold for charity. So we'll be talking about the details of that pretty soon. So those will be we'll put them on the Instagram channel once we've got the details nailed down. So thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, let me see who else is in here. All right. Yeah, I think. Hello.
Abhinav.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. What do you
Yeah,
got?
so
What
I'm
watch do you
I'm
have on today?
it's the Seamaster, the 2019 one, I think.
Okay.
2019 was it?
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't remember now. But yeah,
What even are
so
years? We don't know what those are. What are
yeah.
days? Months? I don't know. I don't know any of that.
At this point, I can't remember what day it is. So
Yeah. Which chapter are you from? Sorry, I don't know everybody's
London,
Instagram handle.
London.
You're okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been to lots and lots of London RedBar meets, but you know,
Yeah.
I can't keep track of them all because it's actually our biggest chapter now. It's bigger than the New York chapter. So let me show you what I have because I have not shown my watch yet. So I've got my GMT two-tone, just Rolex. It's also set to the second time zone is set to the UK. Just because I've literally been spending so much time talking to UK folks while we've been in lockdown that the GMT function has come in very handy. Turn that around. What are you drinking?
Oh, it's just water for me tonight.
All right. Well, that's all right. I mean, it is late your time, so
Yeah.
it's not it's and I know there are some folks that are kind of staying up late and during this time, but it is not kind of exhausting having all the days run together. So
I'm spending most of my lockdown sleeping as much as I can. So
yeah. Wow, it's great. Well, thank you for joining, and enjoy the Seamaster. Take care. All right. Yeah, well, this is an important question, and I will say this: I see you, Flo. When is Adam going to wear a teddy bear sweater? That's what the people want to know. So that's we'll have to see. They do make black ones, Adam. So let me try one more time. I did try going live with this person before, but it did not work.
Hello.
Hello. I can hear
Hi.
you, but I cannot see you.
Yeah, I seem to be having a bit of trouble with Instagram for some reason, but yeah, difficult to show off watches without any video.
It basically just says connecting. Did you try just leaving the live session and then coming back in?
I did try that. Hang on, if I try reversing the camera, maybe.
Yeah, try pointing the camera at yourself and see or at your watch or whatever. See if it works.
Let's see, doing something.
It doesn't. Instagram's been so. I have I'm just gonna plug my friend's show. So there's a friend of mine, John Hodgman. He is doing Instagram live shows every week. Called Get Your Pets, where he basically has people come on that have animals of some sort, cats, dogs. Today there were cows and stuff like that. And it is absolutely delightful. And anybody that likes animals should 100% follow him and watch it because it is probably the best thing in during this time. It's been cheering me up quite a lot with seeing cute puppies and cats and stuff. But yeah, and he was having some trouble today too with the Instagram feed. Adam, if your neighbor has a cow, we need photographic proof. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Let's see if this works. And if Instagram still gives us trouble.
Ah, dear.
It's still not working, is it?
Shall I just describe the watches that I have?
Yeah, just describe the watches, and then if the video feed comes in, then great, and if not, then we can try again next week.
All right, the watch which I'm favouring for lockdown attire is an Apollo 8, one of the new Apollo 8s, which I have stuck on a suede deployant to be a bit different. And I've also got with me a 1958 Omega Railmaster,
Oh, nice.
one of the broad arrow ones. And although I feel a little bit sad, I'm quite happy now because you can't see it. Because after following Paul showing off Amy's, I've got my old school watch, which I managed to dig out.
Oh, well, I mean, that would be, I'm like really bummed, and Adam's bummed because he can't see the Apollo 8. So I'll tell you what, bring those same watches next time because it really, it would not connect to your video. And we'll try and do that again next week. All right, let me see. It's true, he could be making it all up. It could be just describing watches randomly. Let me see who else we can go live with here. I'm going to go bring it back to Adam Craniotes. Is that what's happening, David? David said that Dan had no video because he was naked.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
is
actually naked right now too, just from the waist down.
Yeah,
on the beach.
I mean, did you see there was a newscaster that went live wearing a suit jacket, whole thing, buttoned up shirt, tie.
I saw that.
And no
pants. You just see like the bottom of his if he just moved it up an inch.
Yeah, and then
that would be me. But I would do that on purpose.
He didn't realize anybody could. Well, he either didn't realize people could see his legs, or he did, and that's his kink. So yeah. I think
it could be definitely. You could say it was an accident, but come on.
I mean, you can say that other one.
We checked the shit out before we go on. We know what we look like. You get the angle of the dangle.
Yeah, you got to get it. Yeah, and Don, as Lewis said, Donald Duck in it. That's really what we need in these times of Zoom calls. The feet.
Can you see him?
I can see him.
Look, if it's above 50 degrees, the dogs are coming out.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how this works. I got to give the people what they want. You don't want from me. You don't want watches. You don't want to see my luxurious lifestyle. You want to see my feet, and I know that.
Yeah, and so you said that Liz went and got you a couple of other watches.
So my wife had to brave the wilds of the city, and she drove in, but we didn't let the kids go in or me, just to minimize the exposure. And then when she came in, we gave her the hose. She got the hose. No, she didn't get the hose. But I did say, can you bring me a bunch of watches? But she doesn't know what she's doing, so she just brought two. So I got the Panerai.
Nice.
As you can see, remember, folks, this is not mine. I borrowed this back in November from Panerai, and they wanted it back, I think, but then all the shit hit the fan, so it's mine now.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. I mean,
you want your watch back now? That's my watch now.
You're literally the worst. And what else did?
Well, and then she got my Messina Lab Unimatic.
Oh, that's great, because that
I
was
love
the
that
one
watch.
that was the one you were so bummed about not having with you.
I'd really meant to bring it, and I don't know. I love everything about it. William's a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and the price was right. Brianna!
Hey, Brianna.
But yeah, so I needed that. But now that I have them for a couple of days, I'm like, can you go in and give me some more watches?
Well, maybe she'll have to come back into the city for some other reason, and she can.
Donkey, whoever you are, I don't do requests.
Apparently, you might slightly do requests.
I'm always gassy. I always got a little something for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're giving the
Watch
people
Mama.
what they want.
What's up? Follow Watch Mama.
You're giving the people what they want. So I think there's a couple. Well, yeah, we should definitely have you bring. Yeah, I know you got the Apple Watch on.
I can't help it.
You should bring that Unimatic next week, because I think that if you want to really give the people what they want, I think they'll want to see that. And you know what I thought about for that watch is online it was very mixed. like half people were kind of like in love with it, and the other half of people were kind of shitting on it. And I don't get the shitting on it part.
I don't know what you shit on there, but what's up, Overcoil? But I don't know who she was, by the way. Miguel keeps asking me. We had to vote, and it was all people for the cover of the latest issue of Revo, all people I hadn't heard of. I think you have to be like European. You know, I'm not. So yeah.
Well,
but yeah, back to the watch though.
Yeah.
No, you know what it is? I think for people, because the picture looked one way, because all the dials were different, the way that they treated them and galvanized them to give it the tropical thing. It's all done by hand. So some of them are lighter, some of them are darker. Some people like the light ones, some people didn't like the light ones, some people liked the dark ones, some people didn't like the dark ones. I wanted a lighter one, and I got lucky. You know, I chose, I was lucky enough to be able to choose a number. I chose 72. It's my birth year. Yes, I'm old. And I was hoping it'd be a lighter dial, and it was. But some people don't like the lighter dials. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it's great for $850. Like, I'm broke. Like, that works for me.
It's a good price point. And thank you for confirming your birth year, because I was literally talking about that. I couldn't remember how old you are.
Oh, okay. Well, why do you? Okay.
No, because I was actually talking to Liz about it, because Liz is turning.
There's Phil.
Liz is
Wait,
turning.
my Liz?
No, my Liz.
Oh my God! Well, wish her HBD.
Yeah. Liz
I love her.
Liz is turning 50 in May, and so we were gonna have like a big old birthday party and do all kinds of stuff, and we may have to do it on Zoom at this point. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You're giving the people nausea.
I'm giving myself. Hold on. Oh shit. See, I can't drink, so I can like make myself. Hold on.
Are you gonna fall down? You gonna fall down? Go boom. All right. Well, I think I don't have. There's no one else in the queue unless Stark wants to go live, because Stark did say he had his shirt off.
Yeah, Stark. If you're pulling like a full redneck Riviera thing in your driveway, do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone has to look at my feet.
Yeah, I mean, I really think we need to look at a shirtless Stark right now. So let me see if I can do that. I'm going to try and do that, and then I'll bring you back in a sec. All right.
Get him on.
All right. Give me 2 seconds here. Stark, I'm putting you on the spot. If you're half naked, you got to get on this show. Let me see if I can find him in here. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for half naked men. Not really. I'm really not. Do not DM me. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How you doing?
Just being white trash in my driveway.
I love it. I love it. I was like, Stark just said he's standing in his driveway shirtless, so I feel like we need to put him on here. That's what I'm saying. Give the ladies what they want.
Give the neighbors what we don't have, because we don't. I mean, it's just working on dad bods now.
Is it dad bod time? I mean, I feel like it's gonna go one of two ways for a lot of people. They're gonna come out of this looking like fucking J-Lo, or they're gonna come out of this looking like Jabba the Hutt. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
a good look regardless.
No, yeah, it's gonna be yeah. What you drinking first?
Heineken Tall Boy from the gas station, because they're
nice.
$2. So,
adding on to the white trashedness of the whole situation, it's from.
I've been sitting out in the driveway. My dog sits on his bed, and we just kind of sit out in the driveway and drink beers and wave at the neighbors, because that's quarantine for us.
Yeah, and what watch do you have on?
I am wearing my birth year Rolex 16803.
Nice. I love that piece. It's really nice.
But I miss New York. I miss Lewis's martinis for sure, because I'm having withdrawals, and not being able to travel is killing me.
Yeah, I know. That's the same for me, man. I'm like,
I've got the Brits covered. Got all the British cars in my driveway.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I miss traveling so fucking much that I can't even begin to describe it. It sucks. And but I really miss I don't know, I miss everything. I miss my
I really
first.
miss being in my hotel room in New York, and it turned into the RedBar global place for stocking, stuffing all the swag bags.
That was the best thing ever. So for those of you who don't know, Stark came up to shoot some video and stuff for the RedBar Global Meetup in the fall, and just kind of helped out. And since he was staying in the hotel where we were doing check-in, we did all the assembly of the gift bags in his room, which was a New York City hotel room, not big.
That is the name of my sex tape.
And given that it was a very small room, and then there were like at one point 5 of us in there, and then
neighbors drinking in the driveway too.
Nice. Yeah, there was like 5 of us in there, and two of whom were being completely no help whatsoever. So, we just got
who shall remain nameless. Alex.
Yeah, we just got Alex to go get us drinks, which made him much more useful.
Because he paid Grant to go get drinks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Grant came up with a waitress tray of drinks.
Grant is the real MVP, is what we're saying.
And I had like an extra $250 on the hotel bill because Lambden and all of us drank the rest of the booze in the mini bar.
Yeah, that was a lot. There was a lot of organ damage done.
Good weekend.
It was a good weekend. Speaking of the global meetup, somebody asked in the question about the one in September, and we're right now we're still holding steady. We will, if anything changes or we see a need to change it, we will let people know. But right now we don't have enough information to make any decisions except for to just keep going. So,
it's probably a cheap flight now.
It is a cheap flight. Some of my buddies were like sending me DMs of their like first class round trip shit, and I'm like, that is like almost at like, that's almost like premium economy prices from like last year.
There's not a no class option because I would select that. It's usually backed by the lavatory.
Yeah, it's the one. It's right next to the lavatory, and so that you can go in and have Mile High Club in there, I guess.
I like that guy's comment. Do Mexico City. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think we do. There's been some interesting conversation about Mexico City. So yeah, there are.
Mr. Sharp is not cheap.
No, Mr. Sharp is not cheap. Neither is the Fresh Prince there. But no, I think we've still got a lot of people that are asking about starting chapters and stuff like that. So I think people still want to hang out and like look at watches. We just can't right this moment. But
I mean, if we just do a big Zoom call of like 2,000 people,
we just do thousands and thousands of people globally, and I will play whack-a-mole with the mute button the whole time.
If y'all do global RedBar in Mexico, we are going for sure.
Oh, 100%. Well, you're going anyway, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll be in Mexico as soon as they open the border.
Well, yeah, I know, but you're going to global whether you like it or not.
Well, London has no idea. I mean, I can eat some fish and chips now. That's about it.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you for coming on.
All right, miss you guys.
It. Miss you too.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, I'm gonna bring Adam back, I think. Hold on. Instagram is being fucky, but at least we got a shirtless guy on here that's not Adam. So let me get Mark on here real quick for a couple of minutes before we say our farewells. Let's see if this works. Hello, Mark. Hey.
Ah, oh, hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good, and you? I'm still working, actually.
Are you?
Yeah.
So are you drinking and working or just working?
I can start drinking.
Yeah, you should.
Okay,
it's RedBar happy hour.
Give me a sec. It's whiskey o'clock.
It is whiskey o'clock.
Whiskey o'clock.
I appreciate it.
Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, all right. And then we'll talk about what watch you have on too.
Okay. How did you get to me? All of a sudden.
I saw you were in the queue. I saw you pop up in the queue while I was talking to
with all the royalty. I got in.
Yeah. So yeah,
Delmore.
very nice. Delmore,
Delmore
classic.
15.
So somebody just asked in the comments if the Zoom drawing session was recorded. It was, and it is on our YouTube channel, which we're gonna, if you look at the link in our Instagram bio, the link to the YouTube channel is now live, so you can subscribe to that. And the Zoom drawing session was recorded. So, and I highly recommend looking at it because it is fascinating to watch Lee do those drawings. It was really cool to watch his process. So,
Slanjiva.
Gotcha. All right, what watch do you have on today?
Speedmaster. It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. I'm also wearing a Speedmaster, actually. I had the GMT on the table, but
I thought you refused on principle to not wear a Speedmaster on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The quarantine has changed me, Mark. I mean, I'm wearing a cream sweater. Like I'm not wearing black. There's a bear. I mean, like I've got a Speedy on Speedy Tuesday. It's like it's up is down, left is right. It's all changed. So yeah. So I am wearing it, but I think I don't remember why I put it on this morning. I think it was because I've been working from my kitchen table, essentially, because I don't have a separate home office, because I used to go to an office. And I took out my watch roll for the first time we did this and have it sitting like kind of next to me. So there's like a rotating cast of watches that keeps coming out and sitting.
Oh, isn't that
sitting there? And this one I wind every day. So I was like, I'm gonna wear that, and it is Speedy Tuesday. So I was like, I unintentionally conformed. So.
I want to show you my desktop here.
Okay.
SHH 2019 last year. No, it was this year.
Can you go down a little bit? I can't see it quite. There we go. Oh yeah.
I'm in that group of people. Something that I think we won't see anymore. That kind of event.
Yeah. No, I really think it's definitely not going to be. It's never. I don't think anything like that is going to go back exactly to the same way that it used to be.
For sure.
There's going to be a lot of modifications, but as we've seen, some of the brands are starting to figure out how to do online releases. I just think, the thing that I always hate about the press releases and the press photos is that I just don't think, like, they usually, like, either the post-processing or the rendering or whatever they're doing with the pictures of the watch, it just like sucks all the soul out of them, and it's so much better to hold them in your hand and try them on and stuff. So
yeah. They're all CG. All those, all the samples, and they've got no depth. You cannot get a feel for them at all.
Yeah. There were a few pieces that I really liked out of and we should probably have talked about that a little bit more on this today. But there were some pieces that I really, really liked from the Watches and Wonders releases. Like the Laurent Ferrier Tourbillon, and the I like the variations on the Hermès Lueur de la Lune. Which I think the dials are really pretty on that. And that is, to be fair, they just introduced that movement in 2019, and it was, a brand new expression of like how they do a moon phase, so it's a cool piece anyway. And then that they've just expanded the dial variations. I would love to see a new movement come out of them all the time because they're so whimsical, but they come up with some really interesting ones. But movement development takes a little while.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back to Adam so we can do our farewells. But thank you for joining me, and say hi to your kitty.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. I'm going to bring Adam back in 1 second as soon as this thing stops hanging. I am very much enjoying the comment section currently. And we've got a couple of questions in the queue. So as soon as Adam joins me again, which says I'm waiting for him, as always. Oh, giving the people what they want. All right, let's look at the question queue. Here we go. These are all really great. Adam, the first question is for you. How many watches can you fit in your mouth?
I don't know. I'll have to get back to you after I speak to your mama.
That is an excellent answer, actually. And then this is the perennial question from Stark. What is the name of his sex tape?
I thought it was bigger. What, he said it.
That is great. I love Stark so much. He is great. Thank you for joining. Despite your having to go on a family outing, I'm sure this is, social distance from those children. This is be socially distant from your own family.
Seriously.
And so this recording will go up on the YouTube channel, and then tomorrow, for those of you who have not clicked the link in our bio.
Wait a second. 2 inches is hell at 90 miles an hour? I don't even want to know. Yeah.
Wow.
Are we putting this up?
We are going to put this up, even though it's wildly unprofessional. So
okay. I will be skipping rocks. Don't worry. But yes, this was fun.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
And everybody,
we'll see you next week.
Thanks. See you next Tuesday.
I'll be drunk.